Once you've done buttonholes, it's time to sew your buttons on. You have stitch number 9, shows a little picture of a button. When you touch it, two things on the screen. Number 1, you're going to lower the feed dogs, so go ahead and slide those down to the minus side down here. You're going to remove the foot. Yes, you're going to do this without a foot. You're going to do it with this ankle only. And if you needed a shank for the button, like a little extra thread to help button a button to a piece of fabric here versus just having it decorative and stitched all the way down, you'll use the multi-purpose tool. Your other part here is how many times back and forth will the stitch be made. So right now it's times 8 times back and forth before it stops. You can actually increase that or decrease that, but 8 seems to be pretty good for all that I do. Okay, so first thing to do is we're going to go ahead and put our button on. I'll show you it first without the tool and then once with the tool. To make sure this really lines up, I always take and hand turn the needle down into the left hole. Sink the needle down and then lower the presser foot. Push the button right up here on the function bar. And now test the needle swing to the right. As long as both swings of your needle go in a hole, you are set to stitch. It will lock it, and then if you do choose to use the scissors, it will cut it. It will pick a hole and it will cut it there. Now, how did it know which width that button is? Majority of the buttons out there, if you look on your screen, it says 4 millimeters wide. That's the size that they are. Now, actually, since I just have one button in hand, I'm going to cut this off, and we're going to do this once with the multi-purpose tool so you can see the difference here. Okay, so same thing. It's set up to do the next button. Put our fabric there. This time we just need a little bit of shank of thread, so by stitching with this underneath the button, okay, this will give us that little distance. All right, needle down in the left side. Okay, presser foot down to hold the button. Check the swing. There it is, and then go ahead and stitch until it's done. Use the cutter, it'll cut the thread. And if you don't ever want buttons to come undone, just take a little fray check and put a dab of that right on that thread. So now we have just that little extra shank. So when you go to button this onto something, there's room for that fabric underneath it.